A 6-year-old beauty queen, found dead in her own basement. A ransom note demanding $118,000, written inside the house. Parents arrested, then cleared. Nearly 30 years later, still no answers. What really happened to JonBenet Ramsey? It's one of the most chilling unsolved cases in American history. A crime that shattered a family and divided the world. Was it a tragic accident covered up by those closest to her? Or did a stranger slip in and commit the perfect crime? Tonight, we're breaking down every detail, every clue, every theory, and every mystery that still haunts this case. Stay with me, because the truth might be closer than you think. Christmas night, 1996. The Ramsey family had just returned to their home in Boulder, Colorado, after attending a holiday party. Everything seemed normal. JonBenet Ramsey, bright, outgoing, and known for competing in child beauty pageants, was put to bed. Her parents, John and Patsy Ramsey, went to sleep, expecting a quiet morning. But just hours later, their lives would change forever. December 26th, early morning. Patsy Ramsey wakes up early, planning for a family trip. As she walks downstairs, something catches her eye. A note. Not just any note, a 2.5-page ransom letter, written on paper from inside their own home. The message claims JonBenet has been kidnapped. It demands $118,000, a strangely specific amount that matches John Ramsey's recent work bonus. Immediately, Patsy calls 911. Her voice is frantic. Panicked. But some investigators later claim something odd. Strange pauses, muffled voices, possibly more people in the room than she admitted. Was it just chaos, or something being hidden? Police arrive quickly. But instead of securing the scene, they allow friends and family to enter the house. A critical mistake. Hours pass. No kidnapper calls. Then, around 1 p.m., John Ramsey decides to search the house himself. He heads to the basement. And there, behind a closed door, he finds JonBenet. She's lying on the floor. Cold. Unresponsive. Her wrists loosely bound. A cord wrapped tightly around her neck. The nightmare was real. JonBenet Ramsey was dead, inside her own home. The details of the crime scene are disturbing and deeply confusing. The autopsy reveals 2 major injuries. A severe skull fracture, likely from a heavy blow to the head. Strangulation using a garrote, a crude weapon made from cord and a broken paintbrush. Which came first? Did someone strike her, then stage the strangulation? Or was it part of a deliberate, calculated act? Investigators found no clear signs of forced entry. Doors were locked. Windows secured. But there was one detail. A broken basement window. John Ramsey claimed he had broken it months earlier after locking himself out. But could someone have used it to get inside? Or was it a red herring? One of the strangest clues. A bowl of pineapple sitting in the kitchen. JonBenet had pineapple in her stomach when she died. But her parents said she went straight to bed. So, who gave her the pineapple? And why does this tiny detail still raise so many questions? From the beginning, suspicion fell heavily on the Ramsey family. Let's break down each possibility. John Ramsey. Father. A successful businessman. Calm under pressure, some say too calm. He was the one who found JonBenet's body. Critics argue. Why search the basement after hours? Why disturb the crime scene? Was he trying to help, or trying to control the narrative? Patsy Ramsey. Mother. Emotional. Devastated. But also under scrutiny. The ransom note was written on paper from her own pad. With her pen. Handwriting experts couldn't conclusively match her, but many said similarities existed. And the tone of the note? Unusually dramatic. almost theatrical. Could a grieving mother have written it? Or was it all a staged attempt to mislead? Burke Ramsey, brother age 9. Perhaps the most controversial theory. Burke, just 9 years old at the time. Some investigators believe JonBenet may have been struck accidentally during a sibling conflict. The parents then staged a kidnapping to protect their son. The pineapple? Burke's fingerprints were found on the bowl. But would a 9-year-old be capable of such violence? And would parents go to such lengths to cover it up? Then there's the possibility someone else did it. An intruder. Supporters of this theory point to unknown DNA found on JonBenet's clothing, the broken window, the possibility of someone hiding inside the house. Could a predator have entered silently, committed the crime and escaped undetected? If so, how did they leave almost no trace? The case is filled with evidence, but none of it provides clear answers. Touch DNA. DNA found on JonBenet's clothing did not match any family member. This led to the theory of an unknown suspect. But critics argue the DNA could be from factory contamination. It may not be linked to the crime at all. Still, could this be the key to solving the case? The ransom note. One of the most baffling pieces of evidence. Written inside the house. Extremely long for a ransom note. Includes movie-like language and phrases. Why would a kidnapper take the time to write such a detailed message? And why ask for such a specific amount? It almost feels personal. The 911 call. That call still raises eyebrows. Some analysts claim that after Patsy thought she hung up, voices can still be heard. Possibly John. Possibly Burke. If true, why were they speaking calmly? What were they saying? And why has this never been definitively clarified? After decades, 3 main theories dominate the discussion. 1. Parents cover up. In this theory, JonBenet dies accidentally, possibly from a fall or sudden incident. Panicked, the parents stage a kidnapping to avoid blame. The ransom note, the garrote, all part of the cover-up. Supporters say the evidence points inward. The crime scene feels staged. But critics argue, why create such a complex scenario? Why risk everything? 2. Brother accident. A variation of the first theory. Burke accidentally injures JonBenet, perhaps in a moment of anger. The parents, desperate to protect their son, cover it up. This would explain the pineapple, the lack of forced entry, the controlled environment of the crime scene. But again, there's no direct proof. Only speculation. 3. Unknown intruder. A completely different angle. An outsider enters the home, commits the crime, and escapes. The DNA supports this. But the questions remain. Why write the note inside the house? Why not take the child if ransom was the goal? It's a theory that both explains and complicates everything. The investigation was messy from the start. Contaminated evidence, conflicting reports, public pressure. In 2008, prosecutors officially cleared the Ramsey family based on DNA evidence. But public opinion remains divided. To this day, no one has been charged. No one has been held accountable. Nearly 30 years later, the case of JonBenet Ramsey remains unsolved. A child lost. A family forever changed. A mystery that refuses to fade. But with advances in DNA technology, some believe a breakthrough could still happen. Maybe one day, the truth will finally come out. And justice will be served. What do you think happened? Was it someone inside the home, or a stranger who vanished into the night? Comment your theory below. I read every single one. If you found this deep dive interesting, hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more true crime stories. Because sometimes, the truth is stranger than fiction. And sometimes, it's still out there, waiting to be discovered.